everyone, my name is Aarti. Welcome back to South Connect. I know it has been a brief gap, but we are back again with our show that gives a roundup of top news from South India. So without any more delay, let us dive into the news from South India. First up is Karnataka. After a major controversy over death of a contractor who accused sitting BJP minister K Eshwarappa of corruption, the tainted minister finally resigned on Friday. He submitted his resignation from the state cabinet amid a little drama involving his supporters. The resignation comes days after an FIR was registered against him in the corruption case. Now, Eshwarappa's supporters who had gathered near the chief minister's residence shouted slogans asking him not to resign and lashed out at the Congress leaders. However, Chief Minister of the state, Basavaraj Bommai, said he has accepted the resignation and that he will be forwarding it to the governor for further action. Later, speaking to the reporters with the Chief Minister by his side, K Eshwarappa said that he was quitting to safeguard the public faith towards the party and the government and not to cause any embarrassment to them. He then once again handed over a copy of the resignation letter before the media. The senior leader said that he has requested the chief minister to find the forces which are behind the political conspiracy behind him. He said whether Santhosh Patil's was a suicide or murder should be known, conspirators behind it and parties that are involved should be arrested and punished. He further said that if I am even 1% guilty, let God punish me. Now, this is what K Eshwarappa said. Let me tell you very briefly what was the case all about. Santhosh Patil, a BJP worker, also a contractor hailing from Belgavi, died by suicide earlier this week. His body was found in an Udupi hotel. Before he died, he also sent a last message to some of his close friends and family members, blaming Minister K Eshwarappa for his death. Apparently, on the oral instruction of K Eshwarappa, the rural and Panchayat Raj leader Santhosh Patil undertook some road construction work in his village for which he took loans worth 4 crore rupees. However, the minister allegedly refused to pay back without 40% cut in the payment. He had also written to Prime Minister Modi and Giraj Singh about this, but he was reportedly dejected that he did not get any response from them. After his death, Karnataka State Contractors Association also held a press conference exposing what it calls the 40% cut money scam. The president of the association said that there are more departments in the government which are involved in the cut money scam and there are 5 to 6 such ministers. The association has also threatened to expose the names if the chief minister fails to curtail the cut money scam in 15 days. In other news, at a time when the anti-Muslim violence in Karnataka is on rise, a temple has carried on with a tradition in display of beautiful communal harmony. The historic Channakeshava temple in Belur in Hassan district of Karnataka kept alive its tradition of kicking off the Rathotsava or the chariot festival after reciting the passages from the Quran. And that too despite wider opposition from Hindu right-wing organizations on Wednesday. The administrator of the temple had written to the Muzrai department seeking clarification over the continuation of the ritual amid the recent unrest in the state. The commissioner of the Muzrai department, Rohini Sindhuri, gave the green signal for the continuation of the ritual. However, the move was appreciated by thousands of devotees who took part in the Rathotsava of Channakeshwara temple. The ritual symbolizes communal harmony in the region. Now let us move on to the next news from Kerala. Now the love jihad theories and allegations are very common from right-wing politicians, but when a left-wing politician also makes such allegations, what happens then? Earlier this week, the statement of CPIM leader from Kerala, George M. Thomas, that love jihad exists in the state has created a lot of controversy. He said this in an interview to Asianet News while speaking about an interfaith marriage in Kerala between a Muslim CPIM man and a Christian woman. According to reports, Shejin, who is a local CPIM committee member and Kodancherry DIFI regional secretary, and Jyotsna Mary Joseph, who works as a nurse in Saudi Arabia, got married last week after being in a relationship for months. Now, Jyotsna Mary had arrived from Saudi Arabia a few weeks ahead of her engagement, which was scheduled with another man. However, she left her home and got married to Shejin. Her parents had filed a missing persons police complaint. alleging that it was a case of love jihad. However, Jyotsna Mary cleared the air by saying that she married out of her own will. CPIM Kozhikode District Secretariat member George M. Thomas then claimed that the party will take action against Shajeen not for getting married but for disrupting the communal harmony between Muslims and Christians. When the question of love jihad was raised to him, he claimed that it existed in the party documents and that love jihad happens. There is no argument that the term was coined by RSS, but we cannot say that such incidents never happened in Kerala, he said, and also added that educated women in professional colleges and institutions are attacked by these things, love jihad or whatever. Now, after this, DYFI reacted to this interview by saying that secular marriages will be encouraged and love jihad is a made-up lie. After this, George also stated that his earlier statement happened due to a mistake. Let's move on to the next state, that is the state of Tamil Nadu. Earlier this week, Amit Shah's Hindi link language proposal led to controversy in the country. The proposal reignited the Hindi imposition debate with many politicians from South India especially opposing it. These politicians found an unusual alliance partner in the state BJP leaders, especially in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu BJP Legislative Party leader Nainar Nagendran has said that the party would not allow imposition of Hindi in the state. In a statement, he said that there was no need to learn a language under any compulsion to prove that he was an Indian. A BJP state leader saying this. The BJP leader also said that the party would oppose any forceful imposition of Hindi in Tamil Nadu. BJP state president K Annamalai had also on Tuesday said that the state BJP would not allow the imposition of Hindi language on the people of the state. Annamalai had also welcomed the suggestion of musician A R Rahman that Tamil could be the link language instead of Hindi and added that stress must be given to develop the language. The BJP state president had also said that no efforts have been made in the Tamil Nadu state to develop that language and added that the number of students taking the class 12 board exam in Tamil was coming down drastically and said that soon it will fall below 50%. Annamalai had on Tuesday also called upon Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin to write letters to all the chief ministers asking them to teach in Tamil in at least 10 schools in that state and provide the necessary funds for the project. In other news from the state, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin urged the union government to allow the state to ship essential commodities from the Thoothukudi port to Sri Lanka as humanitarian aid to the people, especially Tamils, severely affected by the food crisis there. Recalling his discussion on the issue with Prime Minister Modi on March 31st, the Chief Minister also reiterated this week Tamil Nadu government's commitment to ship food grains, vegetables and medicines from the port for the Tamils in northern and eastern parts of Lanka and its capital Colombo, as well as those working in the plantations. Let us move on to the next state, that is the state of Andhra Pradesh. Ending several days of speculation, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy announced the list of names for the new cabinet on April 10th. That is Sunday. The 25 ministers took oath which was administered to them by Governor Biswa Bhushan Harichandan at 11:31 am on Monday. While 11 of the 25 members of the previous cabinet have retained their ministerial positions, 14 new people have also been added to the revamped cabinet. Earlier on April 7th, all the 24 ministers of the previous cabinet submitted their resignation to Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, and their resignations were also accepted by the governor. YSRCP General Secretary and Government Advisor Public Affairs Sajjala Ramakrishna Reddy told the media that on the evening of April 10th, the revamped cabinet has given importance to representation of backward classes by inducting 11 members of the backward caste and minorities, 5 members from SC communities and 1 from ST community, while the previous cabinet had 8 members from backward caste and minorities. The number of women in the cabinet has also gone up from 3 to 4 members. Let's move on to the last state, that is the state of Telangana. After several months of protest over procurement of paddy, the Telangana government has decided to purchase the entire Rabi paddy crop from farmers in the state. Purchasing centers will open across the state over the next few days. This is what Chief Minister K Chandrasekhar Rao announced on Tuesday this week. Addressing the media, KCR said the Telangana government is already doing a lot for the state's farmers and for their welfare. We will not allow the union government's decision to ruin the happy environment in villages. The cabinet has taken a decision to purchase the entire Rabi paddy, he said. The Chief Minister added that a 4-member committee headed by the Chief Secretary will look into minimizing the losses of the state. The Telangana government's decision comes after months of protest by TRS, that is Telugu Rashtra Samiti, legislators and leaders. On Monday, that is April 11th, Chief Minister KCR, his entire state cabinet, TRS MPs, state legislators and other party leaders had also staged a protest in Delhi, demanding that the union government procure paddy from Telangana like it does from other states. KCR had also given a 24-hour deadline to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take a decision regarding the same. However, the BJP also staged a protest in Hyderabad on the same day, asking the Chief Minister to procure the paddy himself or quit, and KCR decided to do the former. He announced that the state government will purchase the paddy from the farmers of the state. Well, that's all for this week's South Connect. Do let us know what you think about this in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.